Hello and welcome to Lead Power Machine. Lead Power Machine is a very powerful tool to help you find leads of local businesses. And it has a lot of cool features to give you various types of useful information about those businesses. So this is the main screen. I'll start just by talking a little about all the options, and then we'll do a couple sample searches. So up here at the very top, you can see you can switch between local search and Groupon search. For a local search, you enter a keyword and a location. For a Groupon search, you select one of these Groupon locations, these predefined Groupon locations that are based on the structure of the Groupon site. Notice that when you go to Groupon search, some of these options like deep search and postcodes are grayed out. That's just because some of the options don't apply to Groupon searches. So we're going to focus on local searches. For the keyword, you can enter in anything you want. It should, like all good keywords, be relatively concise and to the point. So you could search for restaurants, dentist, doctor, I misspelled that, or whatever you want. I think I will search for a restaurant. For the location, if you're in the United States, you should enter the city followed by the two-word state abbreviation. If you're outside of the United States, you should enter in the city, so London, for example, followed by the country. So UK for United Kingdom, AU for Australia, NZ for New Zealand. It's pretty flexible in terms of how it parses and understands the location, but in general, city, space, then in the US, state, outside of the US, country works best. You do also have the option in some cases of entering in simply in the US a state, so NH for New Hampshire. If you do that, you can select postcodes to search the entire state of New Hampshire by postcode. So what we will do in this case is iterate through every single postcode in the state of New Hampshire and search for leads. You can also enter in an Australian state or territory like NSW for New South Wales and iterate through all the postcodes there. US states and Australian states and territories are the only locations supported for postcodes at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to choose Madison, Wisconsin, which is a place in the United States, in the state of Wisconsin. Now, let's just do a quick search, just get a few leads. And I'm just going to cancel, and we'll talk about this more later. So you can see I click the search button to search, then just cancel here to cancel, because this is just a quick demo of how to do a search. All right, a few things you'll notice are that the company here, the company name is in the first column, the address is in the second column, web page is in the third, email is in the fourth. It says working because we canceled the search before actually scraping for email addresses. If you didn't cancel the search, this would gradually fill in with email addresses. And you can see the Google page and rank here. So it says page : rank main. That just means the page on which this result is found in Google is displayed, then a colon, then the rank on the page, so 2:5 means fifth on the second page, and main just means it's searching for the main keyword and location here. You also have the option of entering in some other keywords. Rank check keyword 1, 2, and 3, optional, location added automatically. So let's say you want to search not just for rankings for restaurant in Madison, Wisconsin, but also, let's say, bar, Madison, Wisconsin, or food, Madison, Wisconsin. You can see that as we add keywords, some new table columns pop up here. Page rank number 1, meaning rank check keyword number 1, and page rank number 2, meaning rank check keyword number 2. And it will search for Google rankings for bar, Madison, Wisconsin, and food, Madison, Wisconsin for you. I'll display that, or we'll actually search for those in a moment, and you can see how that works. You have the option of doing a Whois search. Well, now we're going to come down here to the search options. You have the option of doing a Whois search to find out who owns the domain. So if we can't find the email by scraping, we can try a Whois search to see if there's an email address that the domain is registered to in its Whois record. If you choose name search, we can also try to find a name in the Whois record. Name searches aren't entirely reliable because Whois records can come in a whole variety of formats. You can see that if we select name, we get another column here. It says working now, again, just because we canceled the search. For the sake of speed, I'm not going to do Whois or name searches because it does slow things down a bit because we have to scan all the Whois records. We can do a deep search. If we do not choose deep search, the default search size is limited to 200 results. If we do choose deep search, we'll actually try to search beyond the 200 results. Oh, note that if you choose a postcode search, you cannot also choose deep search because they're two slightly different things. Deep search searches within a single location, like a single city, whereas postcodes iterates through all the postcodes in a state or territory. So I'm going to leave deep search on for now for the sake of demonstration. I'm also going to choose a slightly larger city so we get more results. So let's say Boston, Massachusetts. That should have a lot of restaurants in it. Now you also have the option of, instead of just searching the main page of a business for an email address, you can actually crawl the business's website for email addresses. This slows things down as well because we do need to search through the entire, or at least some of the business website for email addresses beyond the first page. If you choose crawl single, we crawl the business's website until we find the first email address, then we stop. If you choose crawl multiple, then we crawl the business's website and get all the email addresses we can. You can choose the crawl depth here. So a crawl depth of 2 looks for example, every page that is linked to on the home page. If the crawl depth is 3, we look for every page that is linked to any page that is linked to the home page, and so forth. The higher the crawl depth, the slower things are. For now, we're not going to crawl, just again for the sake of speed. We'll just look on the home page. Again, if crawl is not selected, we only search for email addresses on the home page of the site. And finally, we can add a bunch of additional columns to our search. We can search for phone numbers. You can see them there. I'm going to turn that off just because I don't want to increase this video size to get all these table columns. We can search to see if the business has a mobile site. This will say yes or no once the search completes. Again, we canceled the search, so it just says working now. So again, mobile indicates whether the website has a mobile-friendly version of the site. This isn't 100% reliable, but it works pretty well. Rating is pretty cool. Rating searches for the average rating of this business on sites like Yelp and Google Plus and whatnot. The AdWords column displays page and rank for Google AdWords results, not organic results. So just to clarify what that means, this column, page rank main, displays the ranking of these businesses in the organic Google results, which is to say the main search results that people don't pay Google to display. This column here displays the page and rank in the AdWords results for the search term, for the keyword and location for this business if they have paid to have their business displayed in AdWords. Typically for a smaller location or an offbeat keyword or something like that, you won't get many results here because not many businesses will necessarily pay to have their business displayed in Google AdWords for a term like restaurant in Madison, Wisconsin. In big cities, it may be different, and with more specialized keywords, it may be different as well. The Facebook column, actually the Facebook, G+, which is Google+, and Yelp columns all display whether or not the business has a Facebook or Google+ or Yelp page. This is fairly reliable. Yelp doesn't work so great outside of the United States, but Facebook and Google+ indications in these columns are pretty reliable. Okay, let's do another search and get a few more results. I'll turn on the phone column and the rating column, let's say. Okay, so let's search by clicking the search button. Actually, let's delete all these results by clicking the delete all button. Okay, let's search. And we can stop the search when we get to a little over 200 results, let's say. Since we're doing a deep search, there's an initial pause because we're just doing some magic with the zip codes, the postcodes in the background. Down here you can see how many leads we're getting. Like I said, I'll stop when we get a little over 200. You can see here the ratings are starting to trickle in. The ratings are a bit slow because we don't want Google to block us. You can see the rating here for this restaurant, Bistro du Midi, is check plus, check, and so forth. You can see we have, for the optional page ranks, number 1 and 2, not too many results. These two companies are listed. Here, this one's listed, this one's listed. Here we are, 203 leads. That's enough. I'll cancel the search. All right, so here we have 222 leads. If you want to filter the leads by a specific string, you can enter that string here. So let's say I want only to find pizza restaurants. I'll enter the word pizza. Here are a couple pizza restaurants. It's a useful little feature. Okay, next, you can select results for these checkboxes here. You can use the check all button to check them all. If you want to select or deselect groups of results, you can click one and then shift click another, and you can see I just deselected all those results. I'll actually deselect all of them. If you want to delete a result, you can check it, then click delete checked. If you want to delete all the results, you can check or select delete all. If you want to open the web page for a result, just select one and click open page. If you want to export a bunch of search results to your desktop for use in some other context, like a spreadsheet that you have, or if you want to import them to an email program or something like that, you can select export checked. So let's do that. You have the option of exporting them as a CSV or a text file. If you select split address components, we will attempt to split up the different parts of an address into a way that's useful for mailing labels, like we'll put a comma between the street address and the US state and the US postcode, things like that. So if you're actually doing physical mailings, you can select split address components. I won't actually export them for this demo. If you want to create reports, so PDF or full page reports, click Create Reports. You have the option of creating full page or postcard reports. You can do docx or PDF files. I'd recommend docx rather than PDF. The actual way the docx and PDF files appear on your computer depend on what operating system and what word processing program you're using. docx gives you the maximum flexibility in terms of formatting and things like that, so I'd recommend docx. You do need to enter in the URL of your own personal website that you're advertising here, and we will automatically import that URL into the postcard or the full page reports. All right, let's move on. To enter track my vid, just select trackmyvid.com here. To view the license agreement, click here. To view the privacy policy, click here. Actually, I think I will go through the process of creating some reports just so you see the full procedure. Create reports. Let's say I want to generate postcard PDF reports. Enter your URL here, click OK. Select a directory. We're about to create reports. Please click OK and then wait for them to complete. That message just pops up because it can take a little while to create the reports because the docx files are relatively large. Even if you select PDF, we use DocX as a base, and they're relatively large, so just wait a few seconds. All right, reports have been generated. And now you can, I'll just open one up. Now you can open them up and deal with them as you wish. Here's what one of them looks like. And you'll see them, of course, when you generate them on your own machine. Okay, that pretty much covers it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that Leaf Power Machine serves you very well. Bye.